Good morning, all. Um, I am Sister Shelby with the Weird Sisters 13 on YouTube. Um, I wanted to come together today. We are still in the dark time. Today is, I don't know, 19th of December, 19th, I think. And the winter solstice is a few days away. So we are approaching the darkest night, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what happens between Samhain and Yule, and what my belief and tradition is around that time. It's been a time of deep introspection and shadow work and understanding a lot about what makes me tick, right? What makes me tick? What are my hopes? What are my dreams? What are the things that keep me up at night? What is important to me? And all of those things have really brought themselves to light in many, many different ways. And I've taken some time during this dark time to really see the differences of what I thought was important, what actually is. So throw a pandemic of 2020 on top of all of it, and it really has brought some of that to light. So each one of us have that, right? Each one of us have that shadow work, that time that we are paying attention to the deep dark. And I hope that it has been gentle to you. I hope that the returning light will bring you joy. The trees all around me right now are really bare, and I will just what I mean. All of them are really bare and gray. The sky is really gray, and this is really the time of deep introspection because the trees have pulled the sap into the root and are down deep at the mother, and they are still alive, but they are deeply within. So calling forth what's within, deep within, all the way down, rooted into the ground, into the mother, into the deep dark. The trees are definitely a lesson in that. And I come out here every day and I look at all the trees in my neighborhood and I follow their lead of understanding that it is the dark time to pull in the sap of the soul, that which runs within my veins, all the things that are part of me. So I know that's all kind of sappy. I made a pun there. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because I think that it's important for us to not take ourselves too seriously, especially now, to be really gentle with ourselves as we progress through this time. And I know some of my sisters believe that the shadow work is done when Yule arrives. I don't follow that truth. I think the shadow work is lessened, but I think it stays with me probably until almost till the spring equinox. So sometimes we learn the same lessons over and over again, right? So we're supposed to learn those things that we haven't all the way incorporated into our lives, and we learn it again and again, and sometimes on a higher level and sometimes on a deeper level. And for me, sometimes it's the same lesson but from a different perspective. So I have learned this during this dark time, not to take on too much, not to take on the overall feeling of hopelessness that is happening in the world right now, and not to take on the feeling of fear. Do I have fear and hopelessness sometimes during this time? Yes, I do. But that needs to be mine and not everyone else's. And I think that we get really caught up, especially if you're empathic, in that energy of everyone else is feeling this way, so therefore I should as well. And then we heighten it, right? It gets built on itself, and it gets built all around that energy, and it's like a snowball running down the hill. And it just gets built and built and built. So do I necessarily want to participate in the rush of that? No. So really discerning what is my energy and what isn't, what belongs to me and what may be somebody else's. It might be my neighbors, it might be my brothers, it might be my sisters, it might be my dad's, but it's not mine. And so taking on too much is overwhelming to me. It has created a lot of burnout in my life. It has created that stagnant energy. It has created depression within me. And so I had to sort through that box of shit, right? Like everyone else. I had to sort through it and decide what is mine. And what do I do to take care of me? And how can I do that during this time so that I am right with myself when I return to my community, when I return to my family, that I have sorted through my shit and not made it everybody else's problem to deal with it. Now that's a lifetime thing, right? It's going to take a lifetime to do that. It wasn't just a couple of months or a day or a night. It has been a lot of work over time. So I'm grateful for the lessons. I'm grateful for the stillness. I'm grateful for the creativity that has been brought to me during this time. I've been able to be very creative, which has been delightful. And I'm ever so grateful for that ability to be creative and to work with things and then take them apart and put it back together. And that has been happening already internally. So it's what shall be in my life. It's what shall be in my life. And that's all I have any control over, right? I can only do the best with what I have. Do the best I can do with what I have. And I can't do for others unless I am taking care of myself. And right now I can't really even do for others because I can't be around them. So all I can do is emotionally support them and love them and give them hope and someone to talk to and someone to be there so that they don't feel alone. But that's all I can do. So don't worry about doing too much. Don't worry about, I'm not doing enough. Don't worry about, am I doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing? You are doing what you need to do right now for yourself. And if even that means doing nothing or resting or being or just staying in the stillness, staying in the stillness, that stillness is enough. So careful about being too busy in the dark time. I see the lights that go up in my neighborhood and, they're delightful. And it's lovely that people decorate their homes. But at the same time, part of me wants to say, why can't we just be in the dark for a moment? We need it. We need the rest. We need that space to be and to rest. Christmas is kind of counterproductive to that, right? Especially the retail side of it, where there is bright lights, Christmas music blaring, commercialism. We really lose that space where we're able to really be in the dark. And we've done a lot of things as a society to make us avoid that. And so I've taken advantage a little bit. I've always secretly wanted it in my life. And so I'm taking advantage. So if that means I sit in the dark and I wait and I celebrate the rising of the sun, the S-U-N, at the winter solstice, the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn, the winter solstice star that will happen. I am going to celebrate those things and that little spark within me to make that happen. So with that, I'm going to go, but I just wanted to touch base with you. Please Feel free to like and subscribe. Share this with your friends. Share if it resonates. Share. Feel free to discuss in the comments. If you have any discussion you would like to put in the comments, please do that. And I wish you a blessed Yule. May the light of the sun illuminate your life in all the ways that you need it. Sister Shelby signing off of the Weird Sisters 13. Blessed be.